Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. So a very interesting announcement for a brand new video game coming out in 2017 was released recently. The announcement for Total War Warhammer 2. Now that really surprised me and took me back a little, mostly due to the fact that Total War Warhammer just came out last year, and they haven't even finished with all the DLC for that game yet. So announcing a sequel to Total War Warhammer so very soon, not even a year after it's been out, and not even having finished all the DLC yet, raised a few red flags for me. Here's the thing, however, I acted like a mature, rational, intellectual adult, and I decided to do some research. Research! Gamertron, how dare you! Research is forbidden! We must make blind assumptions! Always, all the time. Facts? Facts? What are those? Yeah, I know it's a crazy concept, but I actually decided to do some research on what was going on with Creative Assembly, the developers, and Sega, the publishers. I wanted to find out, okay, why is Total War Warhammer getting a sequel so soon? Turns out a Total War Warhammer trilogy was planned years ago, and they were to be released one after the other. Why? For what purpose? Well, Creative Assembly are doing something pretty awesome and pretty crazy with this franchise, with this game series. And I'm going to be quoting them right now here, and this is on the Steam store page if you want to take a look for yourself. Shortly after launch of Total War Warhammer 2, owners of both the original game and Total War Warhammer 2 will gain access to the colossal new combined campaign, merging the landmasses of the Old World plus Nargothrond, Lustria, Ulfane, and the Southlands into a single epic map. Players may embark on monumental campaigns as any owned race from both titles. That is goddamn amazing, and to my knowledge, never been done before with video game sequels. The closest thing I can think of is the Mass Effect trilogy, where your decisions in one game can carry over to another. This is a whole new scale, a whole new level. Literally combining the games, the sequels, Total War Warhammer 1 and Total War Warhammer 2, combining the maps, all the factions, the gameplay mechanics. This is huge! This is huge. This is incredibly innovative and unique. Now, I really hope this lives up to what the devs, I'm sure they want it to be. They want this to be an epic, immersive experience between the two different games. Because again, to my knowledge, no other dev has attempted something like this before. So I'm really, really hoping that this works out well. This turns out how I hope everyone hopes it will turn out, as an innovative and revolutionary new experience and new way to develop games. Or worst case scenario, this turns into a dumpster fire of a failed experiment. But hey, even if this doesn't pan out, even if this doesn't go the way I'm hoping it goes, I'm still going to applaud Creative Assembly for trying something new. At least they are experimenting. They're taking a chance with this combination of Total War Warhammer and Total War Warhammer 2. I really like the idea of purchasing a sequel to a game that is still connected to and interacts with its predecessor, and vice versa, with the first game being able to interact with its sequel. That is cool to me. That is so cool. So now it kind of makes sense why they're releasing Total War Warhammer 2 so close to Total War Warhammer 1. This is a big project for them. This is a planned trilogy of connecting free games and trying something new, experimenting with its Total War single player and multiplayer campaigns. Now that we're 4 minutes into this video going over the origin and creation of Total War Warhammer 2 and why it's coming out so soon, let me actually share with you guys my thoughts on what I think so far based off the CGI reveal trailer for Total War Warhammer 2, and all the information that has been given about the game thus far. First off, I like that there's more of a heavy push to a narrative campaign this time around. While there were absolutely elements to the first Total War Warhammer game, cutscenes and individual story missions for each individual legendary lord, as well as a few unique story-based campaigns for a couple factions, for the most part, the Total War Warhammer campaign experience is mostly about you building your own stories, picking a faction and using that faction's unique gameplay mechanics to help you conquer the world. With Total War Warhammer 2, there is a central narrative revolving around each of the new factions this time around in Total War Warhammer 2, trying to gain dominance over the Vortex, the MacGuffin of the plot, if you will. Each of the factions will have unique objectives to help them secure the Vortex for their faction, while also having to work against and sabotage the other enemy factions so that they don't gain control of the Vortex. And unlike Total War Warhammer, there will actually be definitive cinematic endings to the campaign for each faction, which I am very happy to hear. While in the first Total War Warhammer there was technically a final boss, there's no real traditional endings to your campaigns in Total War Warhammer, like with an ending cutscenes and credits afterwards. It's just, yay, you've won, good job. I'm glad to see them really taking advantage of the lore and the world of Warhammer in Total War Warhammer 2 and having a more narrative-focused, more story-driven campaigns. But hey, this is all just hearsay from the developers. We still need to see some actual gameplay and actual cinematics from the game. All we have is the CG trailer so far. I'm just sharing my thoughts on what I've heard so far. You have yet to see if it's 100% what I believe it to be translated into the game. Hey, I could be completely misunderstanding the words of the devs, but these are the conclusions I've come to based on what I've heard them say. So, more narrative-focused, more story-focused campaigns? Hell yeah, excited for that. And now finally to talk about the stars of the show when it comes to Total War Warhammer games and Warhammer in general, the factions. So, the 4 factions that will be in the game at launch, it is confirmed: High Elves, Dark Elves, Lizardmen, and Skaven. Not gonna lie everyone, when I first watched the CG trailer and saw the Lizardmen and saw the little tease for the Skaven at the end, I kinda sorta jumped out of my chair, did a little dance, and screamed, hell yeah, I'm so happy right now. I'm a Warhammer nerd, I know. But finally, after so much time waiting, I'm finally getting a Warhammer game starring one of my favorite factions from Warhammer, the Lizardmen. The Lizardmen are finally going to be in a video game, and I can't tell you how happy that makes me. I love the Lizardmen. They're basically dinosaurs. They're dinosaurs with an Aztec feel and vibe. I mean, come on, they've got T-Rexes and giant floating frogs with the powers of the cosmos. How could you not love the Lizardmen? And the Lizardmen are finally going to be in a video game. I can't tell you how happy this makes me. The Lizardmen are finally in a video game. I'm so excited. I can't wait to play with and try out all the units and hear the unique voice acting and see the awesome animations. They did such an amazing job with the first Total War Warhammer and the animations for all the unique characters and creatures. They did such an amazing job on the animations. I cannot wait to see the Lizardmen in the game and play as them and control them. I'm so excited. Lizardmen! I mean, there's the High Elves and the Dark Elves too, and they're cool. They're cool. The High Elves got this real nice and slick regal look to them, as well as powerful magic at their disposal and giant flying eagles. That's cool, that's cool. The Dark Elves got some pretty badass sadistic looking armor, as well as dragons. They also have dragons. Very much looking forward to that. And then there was the tease at the end of the trailer for the Skaven. We all know it's the Skaven. I don't even know why they decide to do a little tease and not just come outright and say, yeah, the Skaven are in the game. We all know the Skaven are in the game. You don't put a tease with a plagued-looking rat with red eyes and not go, okay, Skaven. It's obviously Skaven. The Skaven are in the game, and I cannot wait. This is only the second time ever in video game history that the Skaven will be in another RTS video game. Of course, the Skaven have been in video games like Vermintide. Love Vermintide, one of my favorite games of 2015. Highly recommend it. It was awesome. It was great to fight Skaven as the antagonists of that game. And then there was the Skaven's very first introduction into video games, Warhammer Mark of Chaos. One of, if not the very first, Warhammer RTS video game, and it had the Skaven as one of the playable factions. So it's really awesome, it's really cool to know that the Skaven are going to be making a return and star in yet another Warhammer RTS. I can't wait to see all their legendary lords and all their units and monsters remade in high definition in a Total War Warhammer game. It's going to be awesome, I can't wait. Love the Skaven. So you know I have to pick up Total War Warhammer 2. I have to! It has Lizardmen and Skaven in it. I have to get the game. Honestly, it's at a point now where it doesn't matter if reviews come out early for the game and everyone says it sucks, it's a complete embarrassment and goes back on what Total War Warhammer did. It's got Lizardmen and Skaven in the game. I'm gonna get the game for the Lizardmen and the Skaven. That's how much of a die-hard Warhammer nerd I am. Lizardmen and Skaven in one video game. Oh my god, dream come true. So yes, I'm really happy with the starting factions that are going to be in Total War Warhammer 2 when the game launches. And there's also a lot of speculation going on that there's going to be a 5th faction. I have no doubt in my mind that Creative Assembly will add a DLC faction later on, but people are speculating right now that the DLC faction will be the Tomb Kings. For those of you who know nothing about Warhammer, the Tomb Kings are basically zombies, skeletons, and mummies. Very similar faction to the Vampire Counts and the Undead. Tomb Kings have also never been in a Warhammer video game before, so if it's true that the Tomb Kings will also be in Total War Warhammer 2, that's pretty awesome. Keep in mind, these are just my thoughts, feelings, and opinions based on the CGI trailer. We have yet to see any substantial gameplay, but you can bet your ass I'm going to keep my eye on this game. I will definitely pick it up, play it, and make videos on it. And I am so very, very interested to see how Creative Assembly handles this whole experiment with combining Total War Warhammer 1 with 2, combining the campaigns, combining the overall world maps, and bringing all the factions together in this one big epic campaign for both single player and multiplayer. That is going to be an awesome thing to see. I really hope that turns out well. And if you're a real-time strategy fan or a Warhammer fan, this is absolutely something to keep your eye on. Anyways, that's been a video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button. The like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved in the video. If you hit the like button, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. What do you think of the trailer for Total War Warhammer 2? Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section down below. I love reading comments. Again, you don't have comments. Please leave a comment. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's always Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video, and I'll see you all later.